We have exclusive breaking news from The Blaze. We were the first media outlet, and we don't care, honestly, about being first. We care about being accurate. When the news department, and there's a big difference. Remember, I'm an opinion guy. There's a big difference between opinion and news fact. And unfortunately, the newspapers and the television stations, because they blend the two, they can't understand the difference between them. And I have always said, I am not a journalist. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a thinker. But I wear it as a badge of honor that I'm not a journalist. I have hired journalists to help us tell the story of America and preserve it. I will tell you that on the Benghazi thing, I came out 3 days into it, 4 days, and I said, this is what I believe is happening. And I laid the story out, and so far everything but the gun running is panning out. I was told by a source last night that the gun running thing is a foregone conclusion. Everybody who is in Washington, they all know. Yep, that's what this was really all about, gun running.
To Syrian rebels, right?
Yes, to Syrian rebels who are now headed by the Muslim Brotherhood guy from Dallas, Texas. He was a member of CARE. He's now the head of the Syrian rebels. The circle is complete. Now, we have not received apologies. I said last night, who was it that said at one point, was he in the Reagan administration, where he said, where do I go? What government agency do I go to get my reputation back? I know, and I knew this early on, I'm not cutting out of this with my reputation. That's fine. I don't really care. We want to tell you the truth. The reason why we point out that we were on this story and it's all panning out is because there's coming a time where you will not be able to, you're not going to be able to wait 6 months before you get the truth. And gee, if the media would have done their job, they had this story dead to rights. They could have easily done this story, and it would have changed the course of the election. But instead, we now have to go through scandal for the next 3 years. Now what we have to do is we're going to have to question Clinton and everybody in the State Department. It's why Clinton all of a sudden had this stroke, or what was it she had? Some sort of a brain hemorrhage? No, she didn't. That story didn't make sense at all. If you know anybody who talks to a doctor, knows a doctor, how they were treating her would kill her if it was true what they said she had. Let me give you the breaking news now on Benghazi. This according to The Blaze. Congressional hearings on the Benghazi terrorist attack begin tomorrow, but today The Blaze has learned of new inaccuracies in the government's original account of the Benghazi attack. If you recall, we were told that 3 private contractors who were killed along with Ambassador Stevens were just down the road from the compound in an annex. They heard shots and explosions and ran down to help the ambassador and staff. Those men were killed in the firefight. But we are now hearing from sources that 2 of the 3 contractors actually had commandeered a plane in Tripoli. When they heard about the attack, they commandeered the plane and flew to Benghazi. We're also hearing that there was a security detail of approximately 15 men inside the compound at the time of the attack, and they were ordered to stand down and evacuate. It is unclear at this point if they were told to leave the ambassador behind, and it is not clear if they were military personnel or State Department security. We understand this group had to fight their way out of the compound and make their way to the CIA annex down the road, where they waited for more than 20 hours to be transported out of the area. I could go. Whew. I will stick to the Blaze story. There is more to this story. A number of them were injured, and they were told that they were to be taken directly to Walter Reed Hospital once they arrived back in the States, and ordered not to speak publicly about the ordeal. To date, their identities have not been revealed. Our sources tell us that one of the issues that will be cleared up during tomorrow's hearing will be whether or not the Department of Defense was ordered to stand down and by whom. This is important because of a number of media outlets, quoting Greg Hicks, the second State Department employee in Libya, have reported that a Special Forces team was an hour away when the attack occurred and could have been on the scene before the second attack on the compound took place. The Blaze has been told by two sources that there was a stand-down order given to that Special Forces team. May I ask you, if you have not become a member of the Blaze, I have this morning authorized the expansion of our investigative team in a different direction than most would, and we sure could use your support. If you have not subscribed to The Blaze, I would ask that you would subscribe to The Blaze at TheBlaze.com/TV.